Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're playing Duck Life. This was recorded live on stream, so check that out. Also check out the Discord and subscribe. Now let's get into it. So, the adventure begins on the farm where we used to be super profitable. Then a tornado came and destroyed everything that we've had, leaving us dirt broke. And the only thing that survived that terrible accident was a duck egg. And now we must train this duck to become a racing duck so that we can rebuild the farm. Welcome. Begins on our humble farm, what remains of it anyway. Me along with Twitch chat decided to determine the name of our last hope to save the farm. Jeffrey, Carl, and Rice were presented amongst the voices, and together we decided on Rice to represent what our farm used to harvest. With our duck now named, he began his journey of becoming the greatest racing duck of all time. He began jumping over logs and other obstacles rolled toward him to build endurance, leg strength, and speed. This would help him to zoom past the competition to become the aforementioned New Quack Bolt, the fastest duck in human history. After mastering the art of speed, he took to the skies, training with the likes of Boeing 77s in order to gain speed and altitude so that he could fly over the entire field without having to run at all. As he began to master the art of flight, he realized the gracefulness of the water, and he continued to master flight until he was so fast that not even light could render him. He began training, collecting as many coins as he could along the way. As he prepared to descend on his final flight, he dove into the water head first to start his new training, leaping over obstacles, boats, and even islands. In order to become the master swimmer, he had to become better than Usain Phelps. Yeah, Usain Phelps, the aforementioned swimming master of the bird world, dodging icebergs like his life depended on it. So fast that he wouldn't even struggle like the Titanic. He swam and swam until no one could keep up with him. After he finished his training, he began in the beginner races, starting with Green Valley. In order to become the fastest duck, he would have to win all the races leading up to the championship. He began his first race, and he was out. No one could match him. His speed was blistering. The other ducks fell further and further behind, wishing they could keep up with Rice. He began his next beginner race, the Rocky Cliff, to put his flying skills to the test. He was off. He had a great start going into the cliff, and as he took flight, all the other ducks could watch. He was gone, not even having to touch the ground after passing the finish line. Rice began the race of Shallow Lake, which he would win handily, as no duck could match the speeds of him as he trained to become the infamous Usain Phelps. He continued swimming, easily winning the race, putting the other ducks to shame. After this, it was time to train for the beginner championship, where a true test of skill would be tested to see if Rice was truly the greatest duck. Just as the training had come, it was now time for the natural world. The race began, and Rice started to fall behind for the first time. His running hadn't become as prominent as he had assumed, as he hadn't listened to the wise words of Usain Quack, the fastest duck alive. As he struggled to keep back up, they entered the flying section, where he began to make up speed and could shorten the distance as he was a master flyer. He did his best to skip the running portion and hit the land, and he began the great comeback. When the end seemed near, Rice was close to winning, and then the worst happened.
My ears burned!
He needs some milk!
To say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because
Following the tragic accident, Rice was immediately rushed to the hospital, where the nurse wheeled him into the ICU. He was barely clinging on to life when the doctor came in and said that he would be prescribed some blue duck food in order to aid his recovery.
Yep. Performance enhance. He's not fast enough. He's going back to the gym. We need these performance enhancers first.
With the performance enhancers now in his system, he began the final training arc in order to become the greatest duck of all time.
He finna dominate in every event. Rice is the duck. It's time to get our revenge. Alright, Rice, let's go. He finna be gone. He finna be gone.
Now that Rice had redeemed himself, it was time to prove that he was the greatest duck, but not before getting some new threads, because he had to look clean while winning all his races. After dominating in the beginner leagues, he moved on to the amateur races. His first race was up the banister, which he won handily, being too fast for the other ducks to even wish to keep up. He moved on to the next race, the Leap of Faith. Having not trained flying very much, Rice was slightly worried coming into it, but because of his blistering speed, he was off the ramp before the other ducks even had a chance. Rice began his next race, the swimming pool. He was off the line so quick the other ducks didn't see it happen. He hit the water swimming so fast that the ducks couldn't even see him. He crossed the finish line handily. The final race of the amateurs occurring. Rice's haters began to emerge. They used to call him out and root against him, rooting for the pink duck to persevere. But Rice wouldn't stand for it. While being slow at flying, he didn't let that hold him back, and he was gone. Using his speed and superb swimming to gain a drastic lead on the competition. Only a few close calls, but he still secured his victory, as no one could stand up to the immeasurable power of Rice. Now becoming too good for the beginner amateur class, Rice moved on to the expert races. The haters continued to nag and antagonize our protagonist, even naming the pink duck Mouse. After winning his first expert race, he decided to splurge a little bit to become true to himself and become the amazing Rice. He began his next expert race over walking, knowing that he would win easily. With his new style, nothing could keep up with how clean Rice was. While the other ducks nearly roasted in lava, Rice continued to dominate. Rice began the third race across the river. As he was already a master swimmer, this was easy for him, slowly creating distance between him and the other ducks. They didn't stand a chance. Winning another race, Rice began the final race in the expert class, and he was gone. It was too easy. Rice bound the mountain, over the volcano. No one could keep up with him. He was just too good. He had trained for this. He was ready for the battle that lied ahead against the champion. For Rice had spent his entire life to become the perfect duck. It was now time for the World Championship. Rice began by shopping to see if there was anything else he could use before his big race. While trying to get his mind together, he reminisced on all the good memories. Training with Usain Quack, the Boeing 77s, and Usain Bolt. He was ready. He was ready for his final race. It was now time for the World Championship. With an impressive record of 0 losses, Rice was now eligible to challenge the champion duck. With the farm on the line, Rice began his final race. Him and the champion were off, and it's not even close. How is this the I'm sorry, I'm the narrator, yeah, I know. But golly, this champion duck's terrible. He's supposed to be the greatest duck, right? He's getting curb stomped right now. It's ridiculous. How you could curb stomp this badly? He's supposed to be he's losing worse than Pink. And Pink is terrible. Pink's the worst duck in existence. Oh my god, and he's still losing. I was so surprised. And Rice won the race, finally getting enough money to save the farm. Now, with his new riches, the voice is celebrated, except the haters, as they always do. It was now time to claim his crown, which he had spent his entire life working to get. But now, he realized he had nothing else to do, so he decided to settle down on this new farm, get some duck ladies, and start his own family. And hopefully one day, give birth to the next racing legend. I hope you guys enjoyed The Legend of Rice. It was my first time doing a video like this. Share with a friend. We're trying to get 100 subscribers, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!